the reviewer, the review, the reviewer, the reviewer, the reviewer, the review, the reviewer, the reviewer, the reviewer.
G's get stacked, now who's a Mac? Yeah, the nigga shook ya. Keys of crack get cut down, but not by the cooker. But yo, they crookers.
What's going on, y'all? The reviewer is here, and I'm back to give y'all this album review of Young Lay called Black and Dangerous. Now, in case y'all don't know who Young Lay is a rapper from Vallejo, California. This was his first album that was released back in 1996 under Young Black Brotha Records and Atlantic Records. That means he was affiliated with the whole crew of YBB and all that good stuff. So this is the real deal right here. Y'all know how I do. And this was an album that I was definitely looking for the longest. I was, trying to find one with a decent price on it. I love the way that album cover looks, man. It just looks like something dangerous is what's described on this title. Let me give y'all the producers who made the beat for this album. The producers were Kyrie, who is one of my personal favorite producers out there, and Ferg. Those are all the producers for the album. And the features, I tell y'all though, when I go along with the track list. So let's go with the songs now. Should be able to see that. Okay, here we go. So the first one is called Six Set, and this is a really nice track.
This loud freaky house bounce and out smart saucy jeans, white shirt, but caps and dirty couch. It's the Six Set. Yeah.
Young Lay dropped some really dope vocals on here, you know what I'm saying? And you can already tell the beat is on some really dope stuff, man.
One with the gun, therefore I couldn't if I black. I tried to run, that's when I caught one in the back. But rat up on them niggas.
The way Lay lays down the vocals, man, he does a really nice job with it. Then the next one is called On the D. This is a really dope track right here, man.
Johnny on my dick again, sicker than boys blue. Sit back, I saw game, cause it was a clever dude. I caught a kite slanging blacks in my neck.
And Young Lay is laying some really dope lyrics on there. And the way that beat sounds, man, I really love this track right here. This is probably one of my personal favorites from the album.
Now the school and maybe a classic. I really don't know. Just said if it's tight, we had to have it. Come flow automatic, yo, is what my cutty hit. Put the
Twisted is the next name of the track. I love this song right here. I love the hook. It goes.
Stop, look, listen, learn, stop, look, listen, learn. Stop, look, listen, learn.
Young Lay is dropping some really dope vocals on here, and there's a Scarface sample on this song.
I told you, man. I told you, don't fuck with me. I told you, no fucking kids. No, but you wouldn't listen. Right?
You should be able to hear what I present to you. It's funny to me, man, no matter what. The next one is Living the Funk, and that beat is so hypnotizing, man. I love that beat.
Keep it to myself, hoping these niggas don't bust no bitch. Cause I be reaching for my shit, throwing up my L and having a fit. Cause I'm putting on all types of heat for niggas that want funk.
This goes to show the real meaning of funk. But Young Lay is dropping some really dope lyrics on here, and the hook is really catchy. For those that may not know, I'll put the hook on the video.
Living in the pop that I'm living in. Too hot was to the dime, it's how it should have been. And if you really love.
The next one is Got to Survive. This features Mac Mall, Ray Love, and Tupac. May he rest in peace. And this is a really dope track right here.
Dirty 50 schemes, what are my dreams playing all this? A lot of blacks like that, but coming back around in 96. All I got is my 6.
Nice samples on the hook. Ray Love drops a really nice verse on here. Mac Mall does an amazing job with his verse. The way he flows on there is crazy, man.
It's better than incarceration any day. We gon' die anyway, so if I go out blast and call it my fate. I got niggas in a pen like.
And then Tupac comes in, dropping some really nice vocals on there, talking about the struggles in the hood and all that stuff.
Cops can't terrorize us, they despise us, niggas, cause we on the rise. Plus, everybody searching for a piece of the truth.
And it's on some real stuff, man. And you know, the ad, I think it's a blessing to have Tupac featured on the song. It's not nothing that was copy and paste. It's actually him laying the vocals, you know what I'm saying? This is probably one of my personal favorites off of the album, man. I love this track. Ruthless Adolescent is a really nice cut. Young Lay is telling a nice little story on how he was a young buck.
Clown, now player, that's what hoes do. All the rhyme says, so I'm strolling about bows through your motherfucking turf. Get you for what you worth, now since birth.
And they got some nice samples from Mac Dre on the hook. To say this, Mac Dre back then was probably one of the best rappers back then, man. Extremely lyrical before he started, you know, rapping about partying and all that stuff. But anyway, that's a topic for another video. But this is a really dope track from Young Lay. Players Mode. This is a dope ass track right here. There's an official video for it as well.
Tiptoed out the door at the Rajita. I wanted to do the cruise, so how the fuck am I gonna sleep with her? I literally love the side, dick the down like a straight bet that you can.
And the singer vocals is done by Ebony Foster, who sounds so sweet, man. You know, when you hear the hook on there, it sounds like some really nice 90s style, man. Like you can tell it's from the 90s the way she sings on that hook. And Young Lay is just rapping some dope lyrics, talking about how he's in this player's mode, you know, doing this player thing. For those that like that type of content, I promise you, you would definitely love it, man.
You got a job, how would know you need to get one to get with me? Cause see, I need some income, a straight pimp, the PIMP.
Black and Dangerous. This cut is nice. Young Lay is telling some nice stories on here on how he's black and dangerous.
Hard times and I never tried to gain fame. All it was on my mama's how to slang cane. Years went by, days fly, but still I got rowdy.
There's some more samples on this track from Mac Dre.
Back a dangerous. Many wanna be like that, young nigga. Up on the mic, be a sad.
Did I mention that beat is really nice too? Sticking to the Grind is a really nice laid back cut. Young Lay is dropping some nice vocals.
On magazines, rap videos, and the whole nine. That old punk shit that makes me wanna leave the grind and go full time in my whole rap career.
There's a singer named Shima on here who's singing on the hook.
Gotta make that money, yeah.
I'm sticking to the grind.
Gotta make that money, yeah.
It's a nice little change up towards the third part, you know, on his verse, man. I love it when the beat changes up in the middle of the song. That's probably one of my favorite type of contents.
True, so my mugs on me. What you trying to do, fool? Post to make some green. Trick, it ain't no hope.
A really nice track for y'all to peep out if y'all haven't heard it already. All About My Fatty. Oh man. This features Do Things, Ray Love, and Mac Mall. Now, if y'all haven't heard this song before, this song was on the movie New Jersey Drive. If y'all haven't seen that movie, I'll do a movie review of that in the near future. This is a blazing track right here.
And let it know, nigga, that this is love side. Home of the Mac, player pro, squares running high.
Do Things, you know, he sings the hook, and Ray Love drops a really nice smooth verse.
I guess it was cool when a nigga had no riches, cause niggas didn't PH and run their mouths like bitches. Much love for the hood one.
And then Mac Mall comes through with a really dope verse. This is probably one of my personal favorite tracks off of the album. I mean, they lay that track down nicely.
Start funk over hoes and blame it on something else. Them niggas need to check theyself. But the sucker that I hate the most.
This is probably one of my personal favorite tracks ever, man. I can play this song all dang on day. Straight up. Puff Puff Pass is a really nice track. This features Ferg and Shima. Y'all should know this song is pretty much about smoking, blazing up, all that good stuff.
I was living white plush, young like must. Stack them G's and come clean on Caprice candy. I see my family running wags in the folks. They're down with young.
It almost sounds like something from the old school. If you hear it, you will kind of know what I mean. Ferg is actually a rapper. He drops a really cool verse, you know, just to be
Tricking fools, all of ones, G's for homies selling flunk keys. And we stay deeper than some Vietnamese. When the microphone is on the rhyme, hits some Russian.
Shima does a nice job singing the hook. Like I said, it almost sounds something like old school style when you hear it. And then Players Mode, this is a remix of it. And y'all remember I told y'all I like the original version, but this remix one is actually bumping. I love this track right here.
Living life dangerously, but I'll be in the nigga mix. When I think I hang with this, but silly rap is full of tricks. But I don't trip, I let her be the Mac. That's
It's still the same verses, same hook, all that good stuff. But that beat is just out of this world, man. I love that beat. They lay it down really nice. It kind of reminds me of something you would hear in the nighttime. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of dark like. So that's all the songs that I review for this album. To rate this out of a 10, I will give this a solid 9. And look, I said this to someone on Instagram. If you see an album and they got YBB stamped on the back of the cover, you bet your bottom dollar that this most likely will be a very dope album. And they did not disappoint. Young Lay did an awesome job laying the vocals down on his album. Kyrie and Ferg doing great job producing some really dope beats for this album. I'll say a little backstory about Young Lay. He's been through a very unfortunate situations. You know, I'm not going to really get too deep into it, but he got shot and some other things happened too. And I think this happened around the time when this album came out in '96. It's a blessing that he's still here after all of that. With that being said, shout out to Young Lay for coming out with a really dope album. Shout out to all the producers, all the features that was on this album. Y'all need to hear this album though. If you're a West Coast fan, you would definitely love this album to death. And if you not a West Coast fan, I think y'all should still listen to it anyway, because they have some really dope beats on here and it's really dark on some of them. But that's it. Much love to the real folks, and I'll be on here back with another review. All right. Peace out, guys.